exactly where they're at. They're on the same page. Both of them are superstars. And Jesse, when you got a tight end, you can move around. You can feature in the slot. You can block. You can catch it. You can run after the catch. A quarterback that's already great, he knows to find that gap.
And that's incredible in this offense when you think about it, Dave. Is a lot of their explosive plays in the passing game go to the tight end. This guy is athletic. He can stretch the field. He's a matchup problem. And there is no question in this game, the quarterback is going to be looking for his big fella early and often.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wilson will. When you have a conference as deep and balanced as this Big 12 is, it's important to get off to a quick start in college.
Yeah, you're going to be challenged each and every week here in the Big 12 Conference. Since they've expanded, the quality of this conference has gotten so much better. So, David, big challenge here to make sure mentally your mind is right starting the season off today.
Yeah, I mean, to make your dreams come true, it starts one game at a time, the old cliche. But the Big 12, year in and year out, so many different teams that can beat you. So many different teams that can put points up on the scoreboard. Got to start fast in Big 12 play.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. So Colorado's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Second down, he'll throw it. Grab over the middle. It's Combs. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Pass completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Give to the back. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first hits at the 37.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
You gotta run. You gotta run.
Looking to throw on first down. Scrambling away. Going right and going deep. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Buffalo!
This offense is so good, and they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together.
When you're running, you got to do a juke. Yeah, you would hold both of these down, and maybe juke or spin. But so, especially against real people, because if you're running, you're spread. Like, if you go look at professional people, and especially, there was this one guy I saw that, running. No, I know there's a guy that did this in real life. I was really good at this in real life, but he would, especially with like running plays, he would just sit. He would get the ball, sit in the backfield for a second, and then, but just the way that the game mechanics are, once you start sprinting, like you just immediately,
Right.
And so what you can do is, like, let's say you're running towards the sideline and there's a guy, a real player coming at you like this. They're most likely to go and try to hit stick you right here, or try to wrap up right here. And so, you could juke, unless the guy that you're using has a really good juke move. You maybe spin or juke and they don't fall for it, and they go, right there. Or you can go and you can just let go of everything except for the left stick. And so what it does is you're sprinting and you just stop, and then you go in the direction that you want to go, and then it's like a sprint, walk, sprint. and so it's just the change of speed.
Pace, right?
It's just like it is the best junior league you can do.
So,
They get
right?
set
No,
for
I
the point
understand.
after. We have the first score of the game.
They also do pretty good, and I've used it a couple times, not a bunch. Is
Work on that scoring
go
drive,
back.
just 4 plays.
Yeah, I used the
Points on the board with that
sideline
37-yard touchdown pass. They're set to
the
kick it
video.
off, and this crowd
All
now
the things
ready
you
to
got.
get behind them.
Get your head on.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any creep back in the
Wesley.
Power Cat offense returns to the field. They went
Wesley.
3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickups at all on that play.
Well, they come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wilson to pass. Works the middle of the field. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. A design run for the quarterback. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Kansas State will have to punt it away.
Like, look at that.
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. He wants to change this route. Going right to work up top. It's complete to the left. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
Yes, it was bad.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down.
That's it, bro. Good.
Looking downfield on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Yes, I
So now it's 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown in the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
He just keeps listening.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Might be changing the route. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. After the incompletion, it's second down. Back to pass. He'll take another shot here. And they can't hook up for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. A strike downfield. Touchdown! A great catch and run for 6.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country. Because they've got a lot of speed and they've got some home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the move from inside his line. The coverage team maintained his discipline, not much doing on that return. K-State has the ball back in the
Really
offense
just
returns to the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They don't give it to the back. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll leave it with him. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
Love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Wilson will throw. They're setting up the screen. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes and gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are
Turning it on. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Kansas State really has this drive rolling. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Off the middle. It's McGooligan. And he's brought down after a nice game.
So I
The
get off of
Wildcats have it with a first and 10. From the gun, running back on the move.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the key areas. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down and we can still
battle up front. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. That is no good. Guys, a missed field goal, and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Forward finds his man. And a good job there as they stop it after just a few.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Maybe City take over. Maybe actually.
Going to swing it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Knee. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Last completion got the first down. Let's see what they do now. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Knee. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain. That makes life really easy on that second
Get
down.
hold circle.
And the Buffaloes under the line on third and short, looking to keep the drive moving. From the gun, the running back has it. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. He did not hesitate, going for it on fourth and short from the 49. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab, past the mark. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And this setter downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
This quarterback...
Oh, sent him.
Yeah, you change whatever to there's a map. It's so fake there. You just had a wide open touchdown just there.
He's in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
To the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Rumble. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last two games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Looking to throw on first down.
Stop it.
Brought down at the 17 as he brought it all the way back.
No, I understand. I get that, but that play.
20 after the pick.
Timing has to be so good, but you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the...
I mean, I'm making that play, but that's not that unrealistic. I think you're just coping.
So what it is because of how far back I dropped out, if I'd have stayed right here, they rushed through
Now specifically on
one
time
of the
because
things
these
that I do a
windows
lot.
close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Handoff from the gun. They knocked him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later.
There he goes. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Offense set on first down. The give on the option. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Open space at the 25. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Got some room into the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas State. Great job by the back on the option.
One thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And the Buffaloes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
The Buffaloes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Third down play from the gun. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And on 3rd down, they find a way to get the ball to the back in space and move the chain.
And that's a play the defender would like to have back. They like to think that they can cover running backs on these types of angle routes, but they're just not good enough on the coverage, and that allowed the offense to convert that 3rd down.
Trying to get behind the defense. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. The give from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll immediately call timeout.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
To the 5-yard line, they'll mark it at the 6.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
And the Buffaloes line it up with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it. The screen, and watch out. Touchdown, Colorado! And they add 6 more on the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with a lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. You're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone and understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far today in Boulder. And welcome in to the halftime update.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the 2nd half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the 1st half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the 3rd quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the 2nd half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Rush is on him. Got it in the middle. It's Coles. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
From the gun, he leads it with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this 2nd half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
It'll be 3rd and long. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Working that left side now. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
Man, and that's just making it way too easy on the defense. They're laughing at that short throw. They're like, really? Okay, we'll just make an easy tackle and jog our punt return team out on the field. We're going to make it that easy for us.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Makes the catch. It's Pitts. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the middle. And his throw is incomplete.
This is a situation here in the third quarter. This offense did not want to be in facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this. And all of a sudden, have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen.
He's going to throw deep right side. Dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to put it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Quarterback making checks. Off play action. He wants to take the top off. Holds it in on the right. Running free. And the defense to take it in. Touchdown Buffaloes. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
That just gets in the zone, right? When you can't miss, you've seen quarterbacks get like that. No matter what they do, they're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused. You can't just let him pick you apart.
Unloads quickly. Breaks into the open. And that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. And the Wildcats come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Oh, man, they've already lost one quarterback today. Now the backup comes in and has to take a shot.
Man, I might think about protecting my QB a little better. I already lost one. Now your second guy gets hit. You got to keep this guy healthy. You got to keep him upright. You got to protect your quarterback.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock. He hurls one deep down the left side. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And after that last score, this is just a two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver going in motion. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Power football on the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Coles. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. 2nd down coming up. Looking to fire. They go to the wide receiver screen. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. A little release to the back. Oh, he's got some space. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Buffaloes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. They'll run the screen. Trying to hit him with a quick game on 1st down, and nothing doing there.
And how about that linebacker? Seeing the ball getting thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then be able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain. That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
And the Buffaloes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Gets the back moving. Now on the option. Quick toss. He's pulled down after a tough one. Gets it to the 6.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk game. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north south, and make plays, too.
So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture.
Touchdown, Bucks! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He had visions of glory on that return, but he'll step out of bounds at the 29. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Do what? Do? I mean, no. Dynasty.
He's stopped for no
I
gain.
got like
Again,
10
back-to-back
years.
punts, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down.
I've done it.
And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete.
That's
but we
not
do
fucking
have a flag
passing.
on the
I
field.
did
Let's
one.
see what the official says.
Right. No, it's people. You'll spend a couple.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You can see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Off the play fake on first down. Wide open downfield. Turning it on. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Booth. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Wildcats will hustle from the line. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Touchdown, Kansas State! And they take it in for 6 more points. That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something we're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute them.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Snap to the back. Makes his man back. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few, still some work to do for the first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Buffaloes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Run that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Rides the back on the option to give. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game. But at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. New set of downs after the completion. Quarterback will keep it. Finding open areas. There he goes. And he's finally down, sliding in safely after the huge pickup. Kansas State pushing the pace. Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A lot of interest in this Pac-12 showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. UCLA is on top, but it's not like Troy Aikman or Gary Beeman are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Oregon. We'll keep you posted on things in this game that's sure to shake things up in the Pac-12, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Quarterback making adjustments. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. The give as they work on that clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a new set of downs. Right back to the well. Across the 25, he's got 4. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Colorado! They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the return on the ground. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
This offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the fourth quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Offenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to lead the clock.
And they add 6 more to go with that trip to the house. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And the offense takes control of this football game. I'll tell you what, this offense doesn't wow you in every position. They've got some good players. They find a way to put drives together. They find a way to score. But this team...
6 on second down. Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you can tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Pressure coming. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame, man. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled. And he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out. They've run it well. They've thrown it well, David. Really, so much that this coach...
He tries to take the top off. Makes the grab at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Bucks. With that, they are closing in on bowl eligibility, but with this big lead and a 6-0 start, much bigger dreams for this squad.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. And after this play, the cake will be baked. To the air on first down. He's taking the deep shot. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender. Defense. Man, does that hurt this defense at this point in the game to get called for the PI? Absolutely brutal. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. And this is dropped and incomplete, and that's sort of a Michael